and forth on what it was. It was mostly a takedown piece, but then it'd be like Harry and Meghan are still hot for each other. It's like, what? 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 What are we talking about? No, they're not. Yelling hand at your partner is not showing that you're hot for each other. Have you seen the way they look at each other? Does hot mean something different to them than it does to the rest of us? Because he loathes her, and that probably gets his skin prickly in the wrong way and maybe warms him up with fury. Hey guys, welcome back to rhrjen. I'm so glad you're here. Honk honk, everyone. It's such a good day. We have so much to talk about. Can you see? I'm a happy girl today. Guys, today is Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh's birthday. Not just her birthday. Today is her 60th birthday. Happy birthday, Sophie. I'm so excited to celebrate. So we're going to be celebrating Sophie. I will talk Harry and Meghan. I know. Some people come here for that. We'll talk about them. But first, I want to celebrate our super Sophie. I'm so excited. And I have a special surprise for you all today. It's a good day. So again, I'm Jen. Thanks so much for being here. Honk, honk, everyone. All right, let's get right into this. I want to give a shout out to my friend Spicy. You know her as a mod in our live chats, good friend of mine. Spicy did something really special for me. Spicy got me a surprise. So like, see what it is? I feel like it's appropriate to put on today since we're celebrating Super Sophie. You ready? Ta-da! If you're part of my Patreon, you know this thing means so much to me. Look at how beautiful. I love it. Okay, so what do we think? Let's see. It came with these little pins. I might be able to pin it in, but I kind of love it. What do you think? Hold on. Let me show you. I kind of love it. Look. So fun. Thank you so much, Spicy, for this. Okay, so I thought since we're celebrating Sophie, I might have to pin this thing on so it's not sliding around the whole time. Since we're celebrating our Super Sophie on her birthday, I thought, well, I need to wear the crown, obviously. Honk honk. Let me know in the comments what you think. I love it so much. Are we shocked? It's blue, but it's perfect. It's really nice. It's actually made really well, and it's like really nice and a little heavy, and I kind of love it. So let's see if I can. I'm not doing a very good job. I'd rather focus on this. Okay, I think we're good. What do we think? I love it. All right. It's funny to see myself with a crown. There we go. All right, let's talk Super Sophie on her birthday. Happy birthday, Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh. So she, like I say, she's 60 years old. We don't talk women's ages, but she is already losing it. All right. All right, we may have to set the crown down at some point and refasten it. But 60 years old, happy birthday. I almost said congratulations. Happy birthday, Sophie. So, of course, she is the Duchess of Edinburgh. This marks 25 years since she married Prince Edward in 1999 at St. George's Chapel and Windsor Castle. Now, you know, if you know me at all, you know, that is one of my favorite places in the whole wide world. I've been there. I took the Gosling there. It is such a beautiful church. Love it. Gorgeous. Now, I'm not talking Hank and Skank right now. We're talking Sophie, but that is where Hank and Skank got married. Just saying. Oh man, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about Sophie. That's where Sophie got married. And so that's so exciting. Of course, she was known as the Countess of Wessex. What am I doing? Let's put some pictures of Sophie up here. I've got those. It's not all about me and my crown. Let's look at my Sophie. Here we go. It's partially about me and my crown. Let's look at our Sophie. Pointing the wrong way. Look at her. Gorgeous. I think she just continues to age so gracefully and just gets better and better. I really do. But she, of course, was known as the Countess of Wessex. She was styled as the Duchess of Edinburgh when Prince Edward was granted the title in 2023, echoing the title once held by Queen Elizabeth II before her accession to the throne. I love it. Now let's look at some pictures of Sophie and keep talking about how wonderful she is. What I personally love about Sophie, and one of the reasons I think she should continue to be shouted out, I love her work ethic. She's often seen as one of the hardest working royals. I love her. She stepped up a lot when King Charles and, of course, Catherine, Princess of Wales, has been going through their health battles. I love that she has this advocacy for women and for peace. She visits to conflict zones often, and like the Democratic Republic of Congo. She went to Iraq. She went to Ukraine. She highlights her commitment to women, and she looks for her commitment to peace and her security agenda. I just think that's So wonderful, and just, again, talk about not just saying the word salad, like some people, actually following through with her actions. You'll see her go to these places and give these incredible speeches, and she's just such a wonderful, positive woman, and again, I'm just so happy to celebrate her. She's been a full-time working member of the royal family since about 2002. She supports all kinds of charities and organizations. She particularly, she's noted for her work with the Duke of Edinburgh's, award, gender equality, and the prevention of sexual violence and conflict. So again, I just Sophie, super Sophie. I love that. I think that's such an important cause, and she's doing such wonderful things. And I'm just so happy to celebrate her. Sophie's incredible. She's over 70 patronages. Her focus includes supporting people with disabilities, including young people, those affected by avoidable blindness, things like that. She's also a global ambassador for the Duke of Edinburgh's award promoting youth development. So again, so many reasons to celebrate our Sophie. When I look into her and I think about what it is I love about her, it's not just her. I mean, it's her amazing causes. I love her relationship. Oh, let me keep going with the pictures while we talk about this. I love her relationship with Her Majesty the late Queen. I believe it's said that the Queen had referred to her as her daughter at one point. The Queen had a really close relationship with Sophie. I love the relationship between Sophie and Catherine. It's just, you can see it in pictures like this. And of course, in that carriage incident, which I love so much. But yeah, like that. I love that. The face on Catherine right there. I always tease, again, thank you, Spicy, for this. I tease with Spicy. I'm like, if you don't know who Spicy is, she's a moderator. She's a good friend of mine. She's in the comments here. Um, I tease with her as like, look, this is us because I'm the biggest klutz. So I'm like, I'm Sophie in this picture and you're Catherine. And here we go. So look at Catherine's face. I think that's really funny. And there you go. Really funny. But I love her so much. I love her relationship with Catherine. Here she is with her children and her husband, and she's beautiful. You do see her in blue quite a bit, which I love. But yeah, here we have pictures of her. But I just find her very relatable. I think she brings a sense of humor and a warmth to her public engagements, and it kind of gives her that down to earth feel. Like when I think about, because I often do, who would I like to hang out from the royal family? Obviously, Catherine's my number one, but honestly, Sophie, it's hard between Sophie and Princess Anne, but I think Sophie might be my number two. Sorry, Princess Anne, I love you, but I just do. I think I have this weird feeling that I think Sophie and I would really hit it off and have a good time. But she just seems so down to earth and fun. And so I think that makes her relatable, and you can often see it in her appearances. I've seen her, of course, with William working closely, and like I say, with Catherine and stuff, and she just always seems like a lot of fun, and I love that. She's celebrated for her role as a mother to Lady Louise Windsor and to James, Earl of Wessex, providing them with a relatively normal upbringing. She shows her commitment to family values alongside her public duties. And again, wonderful, wonderful woman. So I just wanted to take this time to recognize our Sophie and to celebrate her. Sophie, we love you. Super Sophie. Let me show a few more pictures. We love you. I love these pictures of her. We just got that appearance where she's wearing the blue. The blue. Looking gorgeous as ever. But yeah, happy birthday, Sophie. I truly hope you have the best day. So happy to celebrate our Super Sophie. So if you want to leave her birthday wishes in the comments, do that. I'll read them. We'll celebrate together. Tell me your thoughts on Sophie. And again, I'm excited to celebrate that. Now let's get into the other. I'm sorry. I don't want to either. We will. We'll make it quick. Okay. I don't want to do this either. Let's take a big, deep, collective breath and talk Harry and Meghan. All right. Let's do this thing. We got this, right? Oh, yeah. Can you see it behind me? Working on the chandelier. Oh, wrong way. Working on the chandelier. I'm stalling. I don't. It's hard to do this backwards in the camera. Why can't? There you go. Working on the chandelier. It's coming along. Looks like a crown if you didn't know. I'm so excited. All right. Stop stalling, Jen. We got this. All right. Vanity Fair. Let's talk. Okay. All right. I can't go into this Vanity Fair stuff without bringing out revenge. You know, I love to do that, especially now that I'm on camera and you can see me. Oh, well, hang on. We can elevate. Oh, Listen to me. I'm elevating things. Let's elevate. Ready? I mean, it's so much better like this. Revenge. There you go. All right. I can't talk about Meghan and Vanity Fair without talking about one more time revenge, because Tom Bauer went so hard into this Vanity Fair shoot. So it was 2017. She was over the moon about doing the shoot. Look at me. I'm in Vanity Fair. I say that as somebody who literally just had a crown on my head. But anyway, not the same thing. I can see the silliness there. I don't think Meghan's capable of seeing anything silly. 2017, but then she got really upset because the headline focused on her relationship with Prince Duchess, instead of her career and her activism. I have to do it like that, like full on dripping in sarcasm, quotation marks. Thank Joey from Friends. Oops. But no, her activism. Okay. Is that kind of like the activism we're seeing now with the fire? Because that's not activism. Anyway, I digress. So she was mad that it had to do more with her relationship with Prince Duchess than it did on what she wanted it to be about. What? You mean she was controlling about something? We never know Meghan to be that. What are we talking about? But yeah, and then the headline, she's just wild about Harry, really got her because it seemed to be about her relationship rather than her accomplishments. So imagine that. But the palace, it wasn't very happy either. So Meghan, the rumor was Meghan was really being Meghan. She's Meghaning. Am I turning that into a verb? Yeah, I'm kind of. She Meghan her staff over that. And she was not supposed to be talking about her relationship, but she talked about it anyway. And it didn't go according to plan. So they were hoping that the article would highlight charity work, and basically the magazine couldn't confirm some of the things that she was telling them. Imagine that. So they didn't make it to the final piece because they couldn't confirm it. This was a whole thing. I love that book so much. I'm obsessed with revenge. So that's the history there with Vanity Fair. There's a beef there. So let's talk about the title itself, Wild About Harry. So Meghan tried to say that was theist words once again. Okay, let me just remind you that no, this was actually used in reference to Diana previously, talking about Wild About Harry, and it's actually based on a song from the 1950s. It's been used in several contexts to denote feelings of love, and it was not often, but I'd heard it attributed to Diana. So Meghan does anything she can to be somehow related to Diana. So the fact that she hung these Eastward claims on that part in particular, make it make sense. You can't. It's Meghan. This is what she does. If she doesn't get her way, if things don't work out or she's in trouble, which it sounds like she was with the palace for talking nonsense, she uses the Eastward argument. She calls everybody the Eastwards, and this is one of the first examples I remember hearing of this. Turns out she does that a lot. So there's a history there. So I give Lady C the credit for bringing that up, reminding us all, hey, there's a history there. They would have an axe to grind against Meghan, and here's why. So I tend to be in that camp. I just think their execution of it, let me remind you, their execution of it was dreadful. Why did we need 14 pages? I'm all for a good takedown piece, but this seemed to be oscillate. Again, I think of Harry and the Cream. Oscillate back and forth on what it was. It was mostly a takedown piece, but then it'd be like Harry and Meghan are still hot for each other. It's like, what? 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 What are we talking about? No, they're not. Yelling hand at your partner is not showing you're hot for each other. Have you seen the way they look at each other? Does hot mean something different to them than it does to the rest of us? Because he loathes her, and that probably gets his skin prickly in the wrong way and maybe warms him up with fury. But I don't think he's hot for her. And honestly, vice versa. I don't know if she's ever been hot for him. Oh, I don't even want to think about it. All right. Anyway, you get the idea. So it's a lot of this nonsense. If you want to find the article, It's called American Hustle. They're calling it a pretty harsh look at Harry and Meghan's life post-royalty. Yeah, sure. Tom Revenge. I almost said Tom Revenge. Tom Bower's Revenge to me was a much more concisely worded, much better takedown of Harry and Meghan. And I know it's a different time frame. I'm just saying he did a great job of citing examples and time frames and making it all make sense. Whereas again, this one's a little bit can't decide what it wants to be when it grows up. So there's that. They do delve into Meghan's personal dynamics, painting Meghan more of as a caretaker rather than an equal partner to Harry, which I find kind of funny. They call it reparenting. So she's reparenting Harry. I mean, that doofus might need it, but really, is she the one to give him advice? That's the thing. I'm sorry. This popped into my head. There's so many things that bug me about Meghan, and it's mostly about her treatment of people around her that I find particularly disgusting. And again, tying it back to our birthday girl, where again, I'm going to figure out this camera. Sophie. Jen loves Sophie. So tying it back to our birthday girl, remember that I had to say allegedly, but allegedly, and I'm pretty sure that it was widely reported that Her Majesty the late Queen had offered Meghan Sophie as a mentor. Because again, the Queen had a close relationship with Sophie, saw what she was able to do, how wonderful she is. I love Sophie. How wonderful she is, and offered her as a mentor. And Meghan said, "No, thanks. I have Harry." Ooh, could you imagine? Using that doofus for anything, asking that doofus a question about anything. No idea. No idea. I feel like people probably had to wake him up and get him dressed. You know what I mean? Like, what's he going to tell you? What's he going to do? Clearly, he has no clue. How's that working out for you now, Meghan? You still listening to doofus? I don't think so. I don't think she ever did. Anyway, I just think about that a lot. Imagine having the opportunity to learn from or even work beside Sophie and say, "No, thanks. I have Harry." Again, see my facial expressions? No. All right. It is interesting because Vanity Fair has historically been a cheerleader of Meghan's. So that's why it's interesting to see it oscillate. Sorry. If you don't know what I'm talking about, over and over in Spare, Harry talked about, am I doing the Harry impression? I guess I am. Everybody, if you've eaten in the last 2 years, I apologize. My penis is oscillating. No, don't say that. Shush. Where was your wife to tell you not to write that? She was writing the book, but where was your wife to say, "Hey, Hasna brain, don't put this in the book"? No. Okay. That's proof that they're not hot for each other. They're not anything for each other. She loves him because you would be like, if your partner did this, wouldn't you say, "Hey, hun, what are you doing? Why are you writing about this? Why are you putting this in your book? What's going on here? You sure you want to do this?" No. Um, so yeah. So that's where oscillating came from. And I can tell you Vanity Fair has oscillated because they used to be big old cheerleaders for Harry and Meghan, and now they seem not so much. I would love to be a fly on the wall and to hear Meghan call them the Eastwards again when this article came out. I'd like to see how Harry and Meghan took this. I'd like to know. Any day now we'll get inside source. Source close to the couple. Nobody's close to the couple. They're not a couple, in my opinion. Any day now we're going to get a clap back because that's Meghan's favorite thing to do, isn't it? To clap back to the media. And if you want to read the article, go read the article. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think it's a hit piece or not. I'm probably 80% in that camp. Hit piece isn't the right word because it makes them thick to me. I think that they're calling them out for a lot of stuff, but I still think the article is confused on what it is. I just want to say to the article, go home, you're drunk. Go lay down, you're drunk. Because that's all I can think of when I see this, because it was kind of all over the place. I think it was trying to be the Cut magazine piece where it was a little bit like, huh? Wait, what? What did they just say? But it kind of missed the mark. So that's my beef with that. But I know, believe me, I get it. All the YouTubers like, oh my God, this is the takedown piece of the century. I'm like, is it? Because I feel like I've done a better job taking them down than this article did. Just say. But let me know your thoughts. Did you read the article? Will you read the article? Do you care? Let me know. It is interesting to see the editorial shift. I just can't help but think it relates to, I mean, we've all seen it for a long time, but I feel like the rest of the world is finally waking up with these fires and this Netflix BS and the way that they've treated Catherine, the Princess of Wales, I feel like it's not coincidental. So I'm here for that. Anything that takes them down or brings them down a couple of pegs, I'm here for. So that's my thoughts on that. Now, as promised, ta-da! Again, a huge thank you to Spicy. Hold on. There's my pen. Huge thank you to Spicy for the crown. I love it more than I can possibly say. I will get this figured out. I just unboxed the thing on Patreon, so I literally have not played around with it too much, but I love it. It makes me so happy. So thank you, Spicy, for this. Guys, let me know your thoughts. Did you read the article? Will you read the article? Does the cheese stand alone here? Let me know. Thank you guys for everything. Thank you, Spicy, for this. Let me know your thoughts on the crown. I unboxed this thing on Patreon. Check out Patreon, by the way. It's a lot of fun over there. I unboxed it on Patreon and I called myself Crown Royal. If you know, you know. If you don't, that's okay. Actually, that comes full circle because I had a live chat recently where we discussed which substances have taken you down. This goose got taken down by Crown Royal. It's one of the few times in my life I've been knocked out by something that knocked me out. So never again. No, I don't even like saying Crown Royal, but I made my name Crown Royal because it's funny. Anyway, that doesn't matter. A happy birthday to Sophie. Happy 60th birthday. You look lovely. You're wonderful. I can't wait to see what this next year is in store for. Let me try that again. I can't wait to see what's in store for her this next year. I think she'll continue to do wonderful things. On a personal note, when I do go back to the UK, I know they don't post them hugely in advance, usually because, safety, security. But I've already got it in my mind. I want to check what do they call it? The royal calendar and see if I can go. I got to be near my Catherine. Got to go to a Catherine event. That's number one. But I want to see if I can go to a Sophie event. I really want to do that. So if I can swing that, I will do that. I'll take you guys along with me. And I'll take this along with me. And maybe this will get her attention. She'll be like, oh, fabulous crown. I don't know what voice I'm doing. I'm like, oh, thank you, Sophie. Let's be best friends. And she's like, okay, let me bring you to tea with Catherine. And I'm like, oh, can I pet both of your hair? Anyway, I've lost the plot completely. Thank you guys for everything. Hey, let me give a shout out to my Patreon members. You guys mean the whole wide world to me. All of you mean the whole wide world to me. But thank you so much for your support on the Patreon. I appreciate that so much. If you're not aware, Patreon is patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. That's where you can find bonus episodes, hundreds of them. Deep dives. That's where I unbox my crown. We have so much fun over there. It's a really fun gaggle. Yeah, I think that's the word. Gaggle of geese and gators. So check that out if you're at all interested. I recap the entire Sex and the City series over there. There's lots going on over there. So check that out. And I do want to shout out Squeegee. Squeegee is also somebody who helps me moderate the chats lately. She's so much more than that. She's been with me a long time. She's so lovely. She had I wouldn't normally talk about, but she talked about it on the chat. So she had a small medical, not small. I don't know how to say that. I'm just trying not to give away any personal stuff that she didn't share. She already shared a little bit. She had a medical procedure, and she wanted us to know that she's doing A-okay. So, Squeegee, we love you. Rest up. Feel better. We're thinking about you. And I meant to give her a shout out in last night's Patreon. I'm kicking myself on the Radar Online. So I'm doing that now. Thank you for sending the Radar Online article. I appreciate that, Squeegee. Now you rest up and feel better. Goose's orders. Okay, guys, thank you for everything. I appreciate you all. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hey, I am working with John Witherspoon very soon. If you're like, hey, Jen, who's John Witherspoon? He's the very nice attorney that has been on Steph the Alter Nerd. How did I say that? Steph the Alter Nerd. We've seen him on Andy's show, a lot of other YouTubers. He was in the courtroom during the Johnny Depp stuff. So how cool is that? He has lots of opinions that are similar to ours on the Harry and Meghan stuff. So I want you to be thinking of what questions you have so I can get those all ready to go. We'll be talking soon. You can find it under my community tab right here on YouTube on the main page. Just go to the community tab and click on it. You'll see a place where I have questions where you guys can leave your questions. So we'll get those set up. I can't wait to talk to him. And it's a good week ahead. Lots of stuff coming up. And I feel like these grifters are going to keep on grifting. So I'll keep talking about it. And now I can do it with a crown on my head. I love this crown. How cool is this? I really do. I wish you could feel it. It's actually substantial. It's heavy. I think it looks quite nice. Listen to me. I'm very British, by the way. See, I put it on and I turned British. I'm quite lovely. Oh, God, I just turned into Meghan. Anyway, thank you guys for everything. I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And happy birthday, Sophie. Take care of yourselves. Stay healthy, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.